when Uranus goes into its own sign of Aquarius, your ability to make things run more smoothly is going to happen. Also, you're going to feel in April, you have Mars, the planet of energy, in Pisces, so it's been a little hard hit by Saturn for the last 2 years. When it moves on into the sign of Aries in April, you're going to have more energy, so it'll seem more exciting to you again, the work that you do.
Yeah, I got a little burnt out with it.
Yeah, it's going to shift. Okay?
Do you think eventually it'll be a success?
Oh, yeah, and you're going to see it in January.
Oh, terrific.
You're going to see a change, okay?
Thank you so much for calling. All right, it's 7. What am I saying? I was going to say 7. No, it's 9:38 at WVIP. Josephine's been listening up in Brewster, and Josephine is on the phone. We want to say good morning to her. Her date of birth is January 10th, 1927, 1/10/27. And again, if you do want to talk to Mary Michele, we have one open line now at 241-1310. Morning, Josephine. You're on with Mary Michele.
And good morning.
Hi, Josephine. Did you have a particular question?
Nothing really, just what 96 has in store for me.
Okay. All right. Well, with the Sun in Capricorn, if you were listening earlier, it's a very good time for Capricorns in general this year, throughout the year, with the planet Jupiter moving into the sign of Capricorn. It's a time when you're going to be feeling better. Things will, if you've had any kind of lack of energy or your bones have been aching a little more than usual, it's going to lessen. You're going to have more, initiative to get up and get going. You were born with the Sun in Capricorn, the Moon in Aries. That's where it is today. This is a hard angle. This is a square. Are you someone that's had a lot of changes in your life? Have you had to work hard to make things grow for you? I'm sorry? Did you say yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is something that you're going to get some of those rewards. Things are going to come back to you. Whatever it is that you have been working on for the last few years, whether it's, working within the nature of relationships, or if you've had a move, or, if you had a job or whatever. However you've been working in the past 4 or 5 years, things are going to start coming back to you now. Is there some particular area where you've been working very hard?
Well, we recently moved, and we were working very hard on this house.
Yeah. Well, I think the house is going to seem even better to you than it did. In other words, if you wanted, did you want the move?
Pardon me?
Did you want to make this move?
Oh, yes.
Well, I think that you're going to enjoy it more. You're going to feel justified, validated. If you were having any trouble with whoever moved with you in making this move, they're going to realize that you were completely right, that you made sense, and it was a good thing to have done. And throughout the year, you're going to be able to sit back and enjoy things more.
Oh.
Okay?
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you also. It is now 9:40 at WVIP. Randall has been waiting very patiently, listening over in Ossining. Date of birth is August 10th, 1934. 8/10/34. Happy New Year to you, Randall. You're on with Mary Michele.
Happy New Year to you both.
Thank you. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, I've just started back into meditation.
Uh-huh.
So, I've been away from it for a long time.
Uh-huh.
And I'm into art a little bit.
You're into what?
Art.
Art.
Yes.
Okay. Into what?
I just want to know whether or not that things will be working out naturally.
Okay. You have the Sun, Moon, Mercury, all in the sign of Leo. This is a lot of Leo energy. There's a lot of creativity there. Do you work with children, or have you ever worked with children?
Yes, but it's been quite a while, yeah. There's 18 of us, so,
There were 18 in your family?
And I'm the oldest, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I guess you worked with children. Wow. Well, you're very good at it, and you enjoy it, and you learn from children. So whenever you can be in that kind of a situation of working with children or just being around them, you will get a lot back from it. It'll give you energy. Usually what gives us energy also gives us money. So,
I
think, what kind of work do you do?
No, I'm not working. I'm getting SSI, but it's so narrow, you know. And what I receive, I was thinking about working. I don't want to. It's difficult because you work, you lose that, you know. And I don't want to cut off my nose to spite my face. Trying to work something.
I see. I understand. Well, you know, I think that if you can go out and do some volunteer work, perhaps working with children and perhaps helping children learn about art.
Right.
That would be something that would be very good for you to do, and I think it would expand the way that you could figure out how to make money, and it would give you more energy in terms of making money. Okay, because that's what it's about. You need to get that energy going, and I think that probably towards the middle of February is a good time to be looking for opportunities to make money. Okay? But you should start this stuff with the kids now. Okay?
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you for calling, and Happy New Year to you. Mary and Annie are patiently waiting on the phones. We're going to get to them in 1 minute and 19 seconds.
It wasn't in the original designer's sketch, not from the architect's plan, but it's there all right. For 15 years, Westchester has loved the warm, cozy atmosphere at Kit and Caboodle. You feel it the moment you enter. The elegance and charm of its country inn atmosphere, its unique decor, and then, of course, there's the fireplace. All part of the special flavor of Kit and Caboodle. And the food, well, that tells its own story of goodness. Those heavenly aromas are only an introduction to delicious things to come. Kit and Caboodle received a 4-star rating from the Gannett paper. Kit and Caboodle. Try the new additions to our menu's wide selection. Complete dinners from $7.95 to $16.95, and a lighter fare including oversized California salads. Kit and Caboodle features weekday dinner specials Monday through Thursday, only $12.95, complete with soup, salad, and coffee. Monday, whole-baked lobster. Tuesday, steak and shrimp scampi. Wednesday, New England clam bake, and Thursday, New York sirloin steak. So come and enjoy happy hour Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. Kit and Caboodle, 443 Lexington Avenue in Mount Kisco. For reservations, phone 241-2440 today. That's 241-2440.
And you're back with Mary Michele on Meet the VIPs on a Friday morning. We have one open line at 241-1310. Mary Michele, Mary from Mount Kisco, who is watching on cable channel 12. Date of birth is September 22nd, 1929. Good morning, Mary. You're on with Mary. We've had a lot of Marys call this morning.
Well, it's the season, right? Okay, so Mary, did you have a particular question?
Well, I'm thinking of re-entering the job market, and I was wondering if it was a good idea. I've been retired, and I'm getting bored, and I just thought I'd ask you about it.
Okay. You have the sun in Virgo, you have the moon in Taurus, and you have Mercury in Libra. This is a very good year for you to do whatever it is that you feel you need to do. The sun and moon both in the sign in earth signs and a very harmonious angle. This is, there's an ease with which you understand your internal life. And I think that the fact that you realize that you would like to go back to work this year means that you should probably pursue it and that you will have great luck in making it happen. Is there a particular kind of, you have Mercury, Mars, and Libra, did you work in the arts in some way?
No, I was in the legal field.
In the legal field, okay. Well, Libra, Mercury, Mars, and Libra, of course, is the scales, like the scales of justice. Is that the kind of work you would want to go back to?
Well, I don't care, really. I could do other work, too.
Well,
thinking different, could be different.
Well, I think you have to figure out what it is that you really love to do, what it is that you enjoy doing.
The arts also.
I'm sorry?
I like the arts also.
Okay. I think that you have to get that focus going because I think it's important for you at this point. It's not so much about making money because usually with the moon in Taurus you get the money that you need. So it's probably more about you satisfying something that is, some inner longing that you have. So I would think that if you like to offer a service, the sun in Virgo is about offering a service, that's fine, but you have to offer the service in a way that is extremely special to you. So if you can just think about that, and probably doing something a little bit artistic would be a good idea.
All right.
Okay?
Okay, thank you for calling, and Happy New Year to you. Let us now get to Annie. Annie is watching on Cable Channel 12 over in Putnam Valley on Lake Peekskill. Date of birth is December 5th, 1982. Annie, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning, Annie.
Good morning.
Did you have a particular question?
Yes. I am very, very musical, and I would like to know if I would succeed in music in the future.
Music has been your interest.
Yes.
Is there a particular instrument that you play?
Well, I play flute, I play piano, and I play alto saxophone. And I'm looking forward to the clarinet.
Oh my goodness. You could do a whole orchestra. This is great. Okay, 12/5/82. You have the Sun in Sagittarius, as you know. You have the Moon in Leo, Mercury and Venus in Sagittarius, Uranus in Sagittarius. You have a lot of planets in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire sign. It's about someone that is continually expanding their mind. Was there something in particular that happened around Thanksgiving for you? Did you have some kind of a shift of interest in the music or the way that you're working with it?
Yes. I wasn't sure if I wanted to drop saxophone and go to clarinet.
And did you make that decision?
Yes, I decided to stay and wait.
Okay. I think that that decision is going to hold you in good stead for a little while longer. In other words, you'll probably stay with the saxophone. I would think, though, that you might want to eventually go back to the flute.
I am on flute. I play flute.
I'm sorry?
I do play flute. I played flute for 4 years.
Yeah. There's no question that this music that you work with, that you play and so on, is of great inspiration to other people. Music is a very special way of communicating. And I think with all these planets in Sagittarius and the Moon in Leo, all of this fire energy, you're going to be someone that throughout your life is going to be good at inspiring people. And I think music is a good way to do that. So I would think, you should be able to stick with the music. Is that what you would like to do?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to happen. I wouldn't worry, and you're going to be very inspirational to a lot of people. You just have to remember to inspire yourself. Okay?
All right, thanks so much for calling. Happy New Year to you. We've got two more calls at 241-1310. Let us get to Joanne. Joanne is listening. Actually, she's viewing over in Yorktown Heights. Date of birth is June 24th, 1926, 62426. Okay, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning, June.
Hi.
Was there a particular question?
Yes, I just made a big change in my financial background, and I'm just wondering if I did the right thing.
Okay. Is there a reason why you think you didn't do the right thing?
No, but
No.
When you do some big changes, you think about it.
Right. Okay. You have the Sun in Cancer, June 24. Yeah, the Sun in Cancer. You have the Moon in Sagittarius. Was this around Thanksgiving?
No, it was more recent.
More recent. Okay, you have the Sun in Cancer, Mercury in Cancer, Venus in Taurus, Mars in Aries. I would imagine that you thought about this a long time before you did it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Cancer is a sign that reflects quite strongly before they do anything. You have both Mercury and the Sun there. Mercury rules the mind, so your way of thinking about things, you're very methodical. I think that in terms of whether it was a good move or not, I think you already know that, and I think you might not actually see investments working for you until April.
Okay.
But I think that it's you made the right decision, and I think you should stick with it.
Huh?
Was there something else? Was there some other
Well, we've had little problems, health problems.
health problems? I think you ought to be looking at new methods of healing yourself. You ought to research and try something a little new.
Okay.
Okay, maybe the health food store, or stick with regular doctors and all that kind of thing, but you also want to try a different way of looking at it. Okay, I have to go now. Thanks so much for calling.
Okay, thank you very much. And now we're going to get to Darrell Ann, who is watching on cable channel 12 over in Bedford Village. Date of birth is March 19th, 1946. 3/19/46. Darrell Ann, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning.
Good morning, dear.
How are you?
Well, I've been kind of in a transition for the last few months, and my mother's quite ill, and I was just wondering what you saw for me. I was born in Miami, Florida.
I can't do a complete chart because I do it so quickly. I just look at the book.
Right.
Okay, but I...
Kind of what you might just see, but it would just say anything at all, dear.
Okay, so you have the sun in Pisces, as you know. You have the moon in Libra, Mercury in Aries, Venus in Aries. I think it's been, with the sun in Pisces, it's been a difficult time. The last 2 years, it's been a very difficult time for Pisces. There's just been, it's been like a heavy weight on your will. Your ability to make things happen and to make things change and so on has not been, it's not been an easy time for you, and you've been trying to juggle it. The moon in Libra is, someone that's always trying to juggle, other people's thoughts and feelings as well as their own, and trying to see, both sides of things. And Pisces is a sign that has a lot of compassion for people. So it's just not been, I think as of April, when the planet Saturn moves into the sign of Aries, you're going to have more energy to fight. You're also going to have, more things to think about. There's going to be a lot more activity. Are you thinking about changing your work or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're starting to do something.
Okay, well, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming at you in April, and it's going to make you very, very busy. That might be a little difficult for a while. You're going to have to adjust to a lot more activity in a different way. But I think you're going to emotionally feel better about it.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Darrell Ann. I was going to get to our last caller now. And this is Helen. Helen is watching on cable channel 12 over in Katona. Date of birth is August 20th, 1917. 8/20/17. Helen, good morning. Happy New Year to you. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning, Helen. Did you have a particular question?
Yes. How is my health going to be in 1996?
Okay, 8/20/17. You were born with the sun in Leo, as you know, and with the... with the moon in Libra, do you have, is it in the chest area?
No.
No. Mercury in Virgo. What is the particular area that you're having trouble?
With my blood.
With your blood. Let's see. Well, I think that you're going to be able to get to the heart of the matter. You're going to be able to figure out what's wrong. Has it been a little confusing? Has it been hard to deal with this?
Yes.
Yeah. I think there's going to be clarity, and this is going to happen, immediately when right after the new year. There's going to be a greater sense of clarity. And as soon as you figure it out, as soon as the diagnosis is clearer for you, you understand it. You understand exactly when what the doctor is saying to you is making sense, whereas up until this point it hasn't made as much sense. So it's been harder to help cure yourself, as well as taking his recommendations. This will happen probably. You'll be able to pull it all together in February. So, you're going to understand it better as of next week, and then it will, there'll be a way of actually making it work better in February.
And how would it be if I would invest some of my money in stocks or something?
Okay. You're going to have clarity in the way that you think about money and work with money as of the first week in January. Now, if you have already dealt with putting money in the stock market and working with it that way, then I would go ahead and do something about it right away. If you haven't, I would wait probably until the middle to the end of February to make your investments. But it's a very good time, and you should be able to think very clearly about it. Okay?
Yes.
Thanks for calling.
Okay, thanks for calling. We want to thank everybody who's called this morning. It has been a very busy morning. We had 16 callers.
Wow.
And you got through all of them. And any final thoughts for 1996 as we look ahead? New Year's comes along first of next week on Monday.
Well, it's a very, very busy day, New Year's Day. The moon will be in Gemini. There are a lot of aspects all day long. So all I can suggest is that on New Year's Eve, be prepared for a lot of activity the next day. And perhaps, if you want to scale back the amount of celebrating that you're doing, because there's going to be so much going on the next day. And have a great one. Have a good New Year's.
Mary Michele, we'll see you next week in the new year. We want to thank you for being with us here at WVIP. You have a happy new year also.
Thank you.
All righty, and that's Mary Michele taking your calls on astrology at 241-1310. We will see you on Tuesday. Mary Michele will be back here on Friday. Have yourselves a great weekend. Please, if you're driving, don't drink, huh? We want to see you here next week and next year. Have a great one. Happy New Year to each and every one of you.
For the ABC Information Network, I'm Doug Limerick.
And congratulations to Vanessa Williams, one of our local residents, a resident of Chappaqua, quite active with the Northern Westchester Center for the Arts and the Chappaqua School Districts also. Congratulations. Nice honor. 19 degrees outside. Let's take a look at the weekend weather forecast. Mostly sunny, very cold today. High in the mid to upper teens. Mostly clear skies tonight. Bitterly cold, though. 0 to 5 below. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, 15 to 20. Clear, not so cold Saturday night. The low 10 to 15. Sunday, variably cloudy. Maybe some late day and evening snow showers. Temperatures in the 20s. And then Monday, snow showers ending, becoming partly sunny, near 30. And Tuesday, fair, continued cold. 18 degrees now at Radio Circle. Mary Michele in 1 minute.
So many others, I'm a fan of Rainbow Walk. You must know Rainbow Walk in Mount Kisco off Route 117, across the road from the new TJ Maxx. There's plenty of free parking. Sure, there are Chinese restaurants unlimited, each with their own menus, some better than others, but Rainbow Walk in Mount Kisco tops them all. Have you ever tried their Buddhist or Peking duck? It's terrific. Then there's jumbo shrimp, baby shrimp, fried, steamed, sliced, sauté, breaded chicken, sliced, crispy, sauté beef, and for those committed to nutritional dishes, well, you can rely on no fat, no oil, no starch, no sugar. For every taste, for every need, Rainbow Walk is at your service. And by the way, bar drinks are yours, your favorites, and some new experiences imported from the Far East. As many colors as there are in the rainbow, there are just as many delights at Rainbow Walk in Mount Kisco, across the road from the new TJ Maxx on Route 117 with plenty of free parking. Call 666-6800 for reservations. Rainbow Walk in Mount Kisco, 666-6800.
And good morning. 9:07 is the time at WVIP. It is time on a Friday morning to talk to Mary Michele. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. How are
Happy
you
New
today?
Year. I haven't seen you since last year.
I know. It's a whole year away.
Yep. Just think of, for this year.
This year, right.
Mary Michele taking your calls on astrology at 241-1310. Do you want to talk for a second? Do you want to get directly to the phones? Because we have callers already.
I just wanted to ask you one question,
Yes,
Mike.
ma'am.
How are you feeling today?
I'm fine, thank you. Why?
It's the moon. It's the full moon, and it's in your sign today.
I will tell you, I woke up this morning and it was light out. And I thought, okay, did we get some snow overnight? But the moon was out in all of its glorious splendor.
So you noticed.
It was very difficult not to, I will tell you. It was bright this morning. Anyway, you want to get to the phones?
Sure, let's go.
Okay, let's talk to Eileen. Eileen is calling from Katona. She's watching on Cable Channel 12. Good morning, Eileen. Date of birth is March 10th, 1933. You are on with Mary Michele. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Eileen. Did you have a particular question?
Well, yes, I was just wondering what was in the stars for 96 for me, especially financially.
Okay, you were born at the full moon, which is kind of funny. You're calling it the full moon. When you were born, the moon was in the sign of Virgo, and the sun is in Pisces, of course. Virgo is the opposite sign to Pisces. People that are born at the full moon are always dealing with duality. They're dealing with extremes. Mike's commenting because I said one of the things I wanted to talk about today was duality. But what you're trying to accomplish always is bringing your unconscious up to the front. Now, we all do that, but people that are born at the full moon have perhaps a little bit harder time at it. So life feels even more about polarities. You have a Sun-Mars conjunction. A Sun-Venus conjunction, and you have a... Wait a minute. Let me get this right. You have a Sun-Venus conjunction, and you have a Moon-Mars conjunction. This means that Venus is very important, which is the feminine planet, the lady within yourself, but also how you get along with ladies. It means that you would do very well working in anything that had to do with a business that had a feminine slant. Do you work?
No, I don't.
Have you worked?
Not really. I'm really a homemaker.
A homemaker.
But
that's work.
Oh, well, yes.
Right.
But I don't get a paycheck every week.
Right. Well, the thing about what I was saying, though, with the Sun-Venus, just to validate myself a little bit here, that it's about the feminine. In other words, the work you have done throughout your life has been working within the context of the home, which we traditionally think of as being a feminine kind of work. So, the astrology is working here. The moon Jupiter in Virgo, this year, actually, on the 2nd of January, the planet Jupiter, which is the great benevolent planet and usually where money comes to us, went into the sign of Capricorn on the 2nd of January. Now, this is a very harmonious aspect to you, to the moon.
Capricorn rising, would it enhance it?
I'm sorry?
I have a Capricorn rising.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. It means that you're going to feel good this year. You're going to feel healthy. You're going to be able to project yourself as a personality more forcefully in the world. People will be coming to you more than ever. With Capricorn rising, you have always been someone that people came to as an authority figure, but it's going to sort of come very much in your favor. You're going to enjoy it. You won't feel like an ogre authority figure this year, and you'll also be very, very healthy. Now, the problem with Jupiter is that you have to be careful of expansion. So if you don't want to gain any weight, you have to watch your P's and Q's.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay, thank you for calling, Eileen. By the way, you said it's the new moon. Should I be worried today?
Full moon.
Full moon, yes.
Well, the thing is that whenever the moon is is conjunct your sun, which is your sun is in Cancer, right?
Yeah.
The full moon is in Cancer.
Yes.
It means that there is a certain kind of insight that you get. Now, sometimes that insight is not something that you like. So anyway, the point is that it can be inspirational, it can make you feel good, but the point is whenever the full moon, and you should look at it always in December, January, the full moon, because that is when the moon is coming to the same place as your sun where your will, your essence, the sun sign is what makes you go in life. So, the fact that the moon is there too means that you're having greater clarity about what's hidden. And I think the fact that you observed the moon last night meant that you were unconsciously looking for that clarity.
No, it was very bright, to be honest with you. I was looking at the alarm clock and said, I don't want to get up.
Well, most people don't notice it, though.
It was very difficult not to because we live at the top of a hill and it was very, very bright there on the snow. We have more calls here. Want to get to the next one?
Sure.
Deb is on the phone. Deb is calling from Patterson. Her date of birth is April 10th, 1958. April 10th, 1958. Deb, you're on with Mary Michele. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Deb. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, I did. I recently learned that I'm pregnant, and I just kind of wanted to hear any feedback you'd have on my new baby.
Okay. Did this make you happy?
Yes, very.
Okay. Sometimes you might have doubts. That's okay, too, right? I mean, it's not necessarily that it has to be 100%.
Oh, sure.
You're right. Okay, the sun in Aries, the moon in Capricorn, Mercury in Aries. I think that... do you work? Do you have a job?
Yes, I do.
Are you a little concerned that money might be harder to come by with this baby? Is this something that is worrisome? You are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, you see, you have a hard angle between the sun and the moon, the sun in Aries and the moon in Capricorn. So you are always, with the moon in Capricorn, there's always a little bit of a fear that there's never going to be enough money. Okay? And I think that you kind of have to let that go. You know, when new life comes in, somehow these things do find a way of working themselves out.
Right.
You have Mercury in Aries, you have Venus in Pisces. This is a beautiful place for Venus. But it might have made, for the last couple of years,